My name is Sarah Mitchell. I am 28 years old. On my wedding night, our car was hit by a truck. In a single moment, everything changed. My husband died instantly. I survived. Barely. A week later, the truck driver was caught. But when he finally spoke, my blood ran cold. Because he wasn't just a driver. Before I tell you who he actually was, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and tell me your country in the comments. Now, let's begin. The wedding hall was filled with lights, laughter, and music. Everyone was smiling. Everyone was happy. And in the middle of it all, I stood there in my white dress holding my husband's hand. Leon Archer. He looked at me like I was the only person in the world. "Are you happy?" He whispered softly. I smiled, trying not to cry. More than anything. We had been through so much to reach this day. Years of love, small fights, big dreams. And now finally, we were together forever. Our family stood around us clapping, laughing, blessing us. My parents were emotional. His parents couldn't stop smiling. Everything felt perfect. Too perfect. After the ceremony, we spent time with everyone, taking pictures, cutting the cake, laughing with friends. Leon never left my side for even a second. At one point, he leaned closer and said, "Let's go. I want you all to myself now." I laughed. "Already?" He smiled. "I've waited long enough." We said our goodbyes and finally left. It was late at night. The roads were quiet. The city lights blurred softly through the car window. I leaned my head on his shoulder. "Can you believe we're married?" I whispered. He gently kissed my forehead. "I've believed it since the day I met you." I smiled, closing my eyes for a moment. Everything felt calm, safe, perfect. Then suddenly, a loud horn, bright headlights, and then, crash. The world turned upside down, glass shattered everywhere. The sound of metal crushing filled my ears, and my body jerked forward violently. I couldn't even scream. Everything went dark. When I opened my eyes again, everything was blurry. I could hear voices, beeping sounds, someone crying. My body felt heavy, like I couldn't move. Pain shot through me the moment I tried. "Stay still," someone said. I blinked slowly. White ceiling, hospital lights. I was alive. But something felt wrong, very wrong. My heart started beating faster. "Leon," I whispered weakly. No answer. I tried again, louder this time. "Leon, where is he?" No one answered. I saw my mother standing in the corner crying. My father looked away. Fear started crawling inside me. "Where is my husband?" I asked again, my voice shaking. Silence. Tears filled my eyes. "Tell me, please." My mother walked closer, holding my hand tightly. Her hands were shaking. And that's when I knew. Before she even said a word, I knew. Her voice broke. "He didn't make it." My world stopped. "No," I whispered. "No, no, no." Tears started falling uncontrollably. This isn't real. This can't be real. But it was. Leon was gone. Just like that. On our wedding night. I cried until my body couldn't take it anymore. My chest hurt. My head spun. But nothing compared to the pain in my heart. Days passed. Then more days. But nothing changed. The hospital room felt like a prison. My body slowly started healing, but inside I was completely broken. Everywhere I looked, I saw him. Every memory, every smile, every word, gone. People came to visit. Family, relatives, friends. They all said the same thing. It was an accident. Be strong. Time will heal everything. But no one understood. No one felt what I felt. 1 week later, everything changed. The police came. They said they had caught the truck driver, the man who destroyed my life. My heart started racing. I didn't know what I felt. Anger, fear, or something darker. All I knew was I needed to know why. Why did this happen? Why us? The officer looked at me seriously. We're still investigating, but this might not be as simple as it looks. I frowned. What do you mean? He didn't answer directly. Just be ready. We'll update you soon. As they walked away for the first time since the accident, a strange feeling crept into my heart. Something wasn't right. This didn't feel like just an accident. And deep down, I knew the truth was going to be much worse. The next day, the police came back. 2 officers stood near my bed, their faces serious. The driver is in custody. We're questioning him. My heart started beating faster. Can I see him? They looked at each other. The other officer replied, Not yet. He's not cooperating. Not cooperating? Anger slowly started building inside me. Because of him, my husband is dead. Because of him, my life is destroyed. And he wasn't even talking? What do you mean he's not cooperating? I asked, my voice shaking. The officer sighed. We're trying to get answers, but he's stubborn. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind kept replaying everything again and again. The crash, the sound, Leon's face. I clenched my fists tightly. I need to know, I whispered to myself. The next morning, things changed. The police called my father and Leon's father. They told us to come. The driver was ready to talk. I was still weak, but I insisted on going. They took me in a wheelchair. We reached the police station. The air felt heavy, cold. They opened the door to the investigation room. And I saw him. The truck driver. He was sitting on a metal chair. His face badly bruised, lips cut, fresh wounds on his arms. He looked like he had been beaten badly. 2 officers stood behind him, watching, waiting. But when his eyes met mine, something felt wrong. There was no regret in them, no guilt, just fear. Start talking, one of the officers said coldly. The man stayed silent. One officer stepped forward and grabbed his collar. Because of you, an innocent man is dead, he shouted. Speak, the driver winced in pain. I already told you, he mumbled. Then say it again, the officer yelled. My hands were shaking. I could barely breathe. I just kept staring at him, waiting, needing answers. Finally, he spoke. But what he said changed everything. I'm not just a driver, he said slowly. The room went silent. Everyone froze. Leon's father frowned. What does that mean? He asked. His voice low but firm. The man swallowed hard. I do jobs for money. Silence filled the room. What kind of jobs? Leon's father asked. Calm, but with anger underneath. The man hesitated, then said it. I kill people. My heart dropped. The room froze. My father stepped back slightly. I felt like I couldn't breathe. Leon's father's expression hardened. He stared at the man for a few seconds, then asked slowly, Are you saying this was planned? The man nodded weakly. Yes. Tears filled my eyes. No, I whispered. No, this can't be. I was given instructions, the man continued. The car, the route, the timing. Each word felt like a knife. This wasn't random, Leon's father said quietly. It wasn't a question. It was a realization. The officer stepped forward. Who hired you? He asked firmly. Tell us the name. The room went silent again, waiting, but the man shook his head. I don't know, the officer's voice sharpened. What do you mean you don't know? I never met them, he said quickly. It doesn't work like that. Then explain, Leon's father said. The man took a shaky breath. There's always someone in between, a contractor. They contact me, give details, handle the money. So, you never see the real person? My father asked. He shook his head. Never. My mind was spinning. Someone planned this. Someone wanted this. Who is the contractor? The officer asked. I only had a number, the man replied. That's it. Where is he now? I don't know, he said quickly. He disappeared after the job. The officers exchanged a look. They had already tried tracing it. Nothing. No identity. No location. Like the man never existed. The room fell silent again. But this time it felt darker. Heavier. One thing was clear. This was not an accident. It was planned. Carefully. Coldly. My chest tightened. My hands turned cold. If this was planned, then someone out there wanted me dead. But who? And why? I looked at my father, then at Leon's father. Both of them looked just as shocked. Just as lost. The police promised they would keep digging. They wouldn't stop until they found the truth. My family said the same. They would find out who did this. No matter what. But as I sat there, one thought kept repeating in my mind over and over again. This wasn't random. This wasn't a mistake. Someone very close to me could be behind all of this. And that thought terrified me more than anything. Days passed after that interrogation. But nothing felt normal anymore. Every moment, every breath felt heavy. Because now I knew the truth. Someone had planned it. Someone wanted me dead. The police kept investigating. They tried everything. Tracing the number, checking records, looking for any clue. But it was like chasing a ghost. The contractor had disappeared. No name, no face, nothing. The case started slowing down. Days turned into weeks. And still, no answers. But one person didn't stop. Leon's father. He wasn't just a grieving father. He was a powerful man. A man with connections. A man who didn't accept defeat. I will find out who did this, he said one day. His voice calm but firm. No matter what it takes. And he meant it. He started using his contacts. Private investigators. Old connections. People who could find things others couldn't. Days later, Leon's father called everyone to the house. My parents, his parents, close relatives, and my sister. The room felt heavy. Too quiet. No one was talking. It felt like something bad was about to happen, and everyone could feel it. I sat there, my hands tightly clenched, my heart racing. Then Leon's father walked in. His face was cold, unreadable. I found him, he said. The room went completely silent. My breath got stuck in my throat. The contractor? I asked. He nodded. And he talked. Everyone leaned forward, waiting. Leon's father slowly looked around the room, at every face, one by one. Then he said, "The person who gave the order," he paused, "is in this room." A wave of shock spread instantly. People started looking at each other, confused, worried. My heart pounded so loudly I could hear it. "No," I whispered. "This couldn't be real." Slowly, Leon's father took a step forward. They traced everything. The calls, the money, the meetings. There is no doubt. The room felt like it was closing in. Then he turned his head, and his eyes stopped on her. My sister. My body froze. For a moment, no one moved. No one spoke. "What?" My mother gasped. All eyes turned toward her. My sister stood there, still silent. "No, this is a lie," she said quickly. "You're blaming me for no reason." "Enough," Leon's father said coldly. "You think I would say this without proof?" My father stepped forward, confused and angry. "What is going on?" he shouted. Leon's father looked straight at my sister. Say it. Silence. Long, heavy, suffocating silence. Then suddenly, she smiled. A small, cold smile. Yes, she said. I did it. The room exploded. My mother rushed forward. Slap. How could you? She cried. She's your own sister. My father was shaking with anger. I raised you better than this. What is wrong with you? But she didn't cry. Didn't even react. She just looked at me. And in her eyes, there was something dark. Something broken. You really don't know, she said quietly. Tears were already falling down my face. Know what? I whispered. Her voice grew colder. Since childhood, it was always you. You were the favorite. Everyone loved you more. Each word broke something inside me. You got everything so easily. Good grades, good friends, a perfect life. She let out a bitter laugh. And me? I was always in your shadow. My hands started shaking. No one saw me. No one cared. Her eyes burned with anger. And then she looked at me. You got him. Leon. The perfect husband, rich, kind, loving. Her voice cracked for a second, then turned cold again. And what did I have? Nothing. She stepped closer. The room was dead silent. So I decided, she said slowly. Her eyes locked onto mine. If I can't have that life, then neither can you. My legs felt weak. So you plan to kill me? I whispered. I plan to take everything from you, she replied. Tears streamed down my face. I wanted both of you gone, she said. You and him. Those words destroyed me completely. Leon's father stepped forward, his face filled with anger. Because of you, my son is dead, he said slowly. His voice was calm but deadly. He stood right in front of her. I will never forgive you, and I promise you. His voice dropped. You will remember this for the rest of your life. For the first time, her expression changed. Fear. Moments later, the police arrived. They walked in and put handcuffs on her. She didn't resist, didn't say anything. As they took her away, I just stood there, crying, broken, empty. Days later, the court gave its final decision, life imprisonment. That was it. Justice was served. But nothing felt right. Leon was gone. My life was shattered, and the person who did this was my own sister. I lost my husband and my family on the same night, and no matter how much time passes, that truth will always haunt me.